The second longest home winning streak in the nation almost came to an end on Wednesday, but the Marriott Center streak still going strong, so BYU's got the advantage. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, glad to be with you, breaking down some of the best college basketball games each and every week here on CBSSports.com and all over the CBS Audience Network. And this week, fortunate enough to have CSTV Steve Lappas, he's seen a lot of Mountain West in his days, and especially with CSTV. And Steve, you've seen a lot of BYU at one point this year in the top 25. New Mexico and Steve Alford have come a long way. Your thoughts on what these teams have accomplished so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve Alford has done an unbelievable job. What he's done with J.R. Giddens, who was kind of a problem child in a lot of ways last year, and this year has really come around. He's averaging 16 points a game in the Mountain West, 9 rebounds a game. He's become a leader for this team, and this is something they've been looking for. And you got to think that Steve Alford has had a really big effect on him. And the development of Daniel Ferris, which gives them an inside guy at 6'9". And you know what people don't realize? Steve Alford lost his second best player in the beginning of the year to a broken leg, a kid named Tony Dandridge. A lot of people don't know about how good he is. So Steve Alford, just an unbelievable job. And Dave Rose, he's been Mountain West Coach of the Year a couple of times. He's got a great team. Lost a few guys from last year, but with Trent Playstead back and Lee Camard, they are a team to be reckoned with in the Mountain West. They were ranked earlier, didn't play as well, but when you got a home court like that, you are dangerous.
Yeah, certainly. At 41 straight at the Marriott Center. That's what they've got coming in. The only team with a longer home winning streak is Memphis, a team you saw on Wednesday. Meanwhile, you mentioned J.R. Giddens. He's not the only guy that can score for this team. In fact, they're much better, as is every team, when you've got multiple guys scoring. Chad Topper, he really complements him very well.
Well, Chad Topper is a tremendous three-point shooter who's from New Mexico and is now starting to come into his own. So between Topper, Ferris, Prentice, they're getting contributions from a lot of different people, and that's what you need to be good. But one of the problems with New Mexico, and this is an unbelievable statistic, they average 11.5 turnovers at home, and they average 18 on the road. That is almost unheard of to play that poorly on the road when it comes to respecting the ball. So that's a problem. And now they're going on the road to one of the toughest places. Going to be a tough day for the Lobos.
Well, they did say they wanted the Pit to be a good home court advantage again. I mean, that's why part of the reason they brought in Steve Alford. So they are making the Pit good again, but you're right. They do have to improve on the road. As for BYU, what do the Cougars do so well, Steve?
I'll tell you, they play so well together. Well, I've always been impressed with the way not that I'm not impressed with Steve Alford, but Dave Rose's team, they run, they push the ball up, they try to get the tempo up, and they have a lot of guys that are skilled and can do a lot of things. Jonathan Tavernari is their four-man, and he is a prolific three-point shooter who's also got a big body and can rebound the ball. Lee Camard, 6'7", who's like a guard forward who can shoot threes and handle the ball. So I like the way they play. They push the ball. They're very unselfish. They've always been one of the leading assist teams in the Mountain West Conference. They are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they certainly are. In the Mountain West Conference, very tight at the top. You've got San Diego State and New Mexico and UNLV and TCU and, of course, BYU. It's a very good conference at the top, and this game certainly is an important one in the early going. Who do you have in BYU?
That's an easy one. I got to think the streak goes to 42. Got to go with BYU in this one.
All right, well, you're playing with house money then, I guess is what you're doing. Steve, thank you very much, sir. We'll see you this weekend. You're going to be visiting the Mountain West Conference. You'll be in Wyoming this weekend. Enjoy that, and we'll see you on CSTV.
Thank you, Jason.
Folks, the two tip it off Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. For more on this game or any other this weekend in college hoops, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else all over the CBS Audience Network. With Steve Lappas, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.